You got
Um,
me a lot today.
I got you a lot. I have you on later, so I'm
Later
so
too.
excited about that meeting. We got so much good stuff to talk about. Hey, I can never get enough of my Crystal Catalina. And if you guys don't know, I'm sporting the Crystal Catalina haircut that I've been working on. Yep, we are partners in crime.
We
So
gotta
I'm gonna
get
have
you
you
that
write.
line.
Oh, my wife will probably fall out of her chair. I'll tell you, that will be great. So we're gonna talk about a couple of things. I want you to write down something. We need to be in the mindset. I heard a great quote. Crystal was on the call, and I'm just gonna steal this and own this quote. Hey, there's not 19 days left in the year. There's 19 extra days to build an incredible Q1 in 2023. Just that mindset there alone. It's not 19 days left in the year. There's 19 extra days to build an incredible 2023. Crystal and I were just on a call with quite a few very successful coaches and realtors. And we were talking about, all of the positive things that have happened this year, and then how to prepare and make sure that we have an incredible 2023. So I want you to write down this statement. To achieve things you've never done before, to achieve things that you've never done before, you must do things you have never done before, and you must become someone that you've never been before. How many times do we just think good old fashioned, elbow grease is just going to change something in our life? That, oh, everything's gonna get better next year, even though I haven't really made the steps to improve it. Maybe I'm just hoping that it's gonna get better. Maybe I'm just hoping that I'm gonna stumble across that next pipeline of people that I'm gonna bring in. And then that's where, from the book, and I even brought this up on our call today, I want you to write down this quote. When luck becomes your go-to thought process, when luck becomes your go-to thought process, then the goal is your focus, not the activities. When luck becomes your go-to thought process, then the goal is your focus and not the activities. Now, I want to just kind of dissect that really quick before we move into the book and start breaking things down. Anyone have anything they could say about that? When luck becomes your go-to thought process, then the goal is your focus and not the activities. What does that mean to some of you, if you could participate a little bit?
I don't know how I feel about that. Because I feel like the activities should be the focus, and then the goal is just the byproduct. The goal just happens when you focus on the daily activities.
And how often do we have people that will say to us, only talk about the goal? Like they'll say, oh man, next year I'm going to be on point. I'm going to change this. I'm going to change that. I'm going to get a savings account. Man, I'm not going into another Christmas without any money. I'm not going to go and not being the best version of myself. Instead of them telling about what the goal is, wouldn't it be a much more productive conversation if they were talking about the activities that they were going to put in play? That's where this quote's coming from. And listen to people's language. And I'm telling you, Drew, I'm sure you run across this more than I do when you're working with athletes or people that are making adjustments in their lifestyle activity or their training. Often we want to go right to the goal. And that's how most motivational things are. Hey, just dream big. Dream big, Hey, shoot for the stars, even if you miss. No, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll be in the stars, the Les Brown quote. What we really should be talking about are what are the activities that are going to get us there. And then I want us to think about that one comment here, that to achieve the things you've never done before, you must do things that you've never done before. See, this is where I think Xendurance is an unbelievable. And this, I'm just going to jump on my soapbox for a little bit. I went this Sunday. We recorded videos around skincare, and literally going into it, I'm like, all I want to do is get a really good content on all of the products and understand exactly like the benefits. Why would someone want to use this product so that we could build great sales conversations? I I got filled up on that. I'm like, oh my God, this makes such great sense to me. All of these products make incredible sense. I understand why they are as clean and as good for our skin as possible. And it didn't get like really clinical, but what it did, it made me go say to myself, we have got a whole new product line that we're going to be able to bring in to our conversations. We have a whole new product line, Drew and Nathan, of people that would want to sell this product. And if you look at it as a whole new opportunity, and remember, this is not going to be just 5-6 items, and then we're just going to sit back. This is going to continue to grow into sunscreens, into paint bombs, into all multiple products as we go through the next couple of years. Yet, if we look at it as just, hey, XND is selling skincare, it's not going to be as effective as we look into it as an opportunity to generate new income, opportunity to generate new conversations, and hey, opportunity to find like-minded people that might not supplement as much as they would love to promote really great skincare that's going to be affordably priced in the marketplace and is of the highest quality. You see, Xendurance price for this product, when you compare it to the retail marketplace of where people are buying this product, when you're buying a product for $30-$40, that's $100 at department stores and is not as good of a quality because they add all these crazy things into it to try to make it more attractive to sell. Now we're really cooking with something. So we'll edit these videos up. We're gonna build out. We got some scripts. We've got some product knowledge sheets on all this product. You'll be seeing some of that pop out this week, and then we're gonna start training big time next week on skincare. So let's get back into the conversations around the act on the lead measures. So the idea of action, we have to define daily and weekly activities that we know authentically that we're going to be able to do. You know, I gave a group that works with Steve Major, I gave them a task on Friday, and then we're going to report back tomorrow on it. I said between now and end of day Monday, I want 10 good conversations around Xendurance. And like, well, what does that look like? 10 conversations with people where you can actually talk to them about, you could be a customer, you could be a team member, or you could be a team builder. And 2 conversions to a meeting, not onto the team, but that they could bring into my calendar. 2 people by tomorrow that, hey, you got an appointment with this person. This person's ready, willing, and able to have a conversation. Now, if we could convert 2 out of 10, which is a really high conversion rate to get into a meeting, we could probably close, let's say we had 10 of those, 1 or 2 of those people that would be really great builders under them. But if we don't give ourselves some form of a goal that's defined, 10 conversations that would result in 2 people coming. Now they're going to be thinking, okay, is that person really committed to really working with us? Is that person someone that is worth getting on a calendar that we're going to spend 30 minutes with to talk about a deeper conversation? Hey, they might not show up with, might show up with 1, might show up with none. Yet it's going to get them thinking 10 conversations and I'm going for 2. Now they're going to start paying attention to their numbers, and then we're going to set a new goal. Hey, I need to have 20 conversations to get to 2. Okay. So how many conversations are you going to have next week? 20. And then maybe show up to our language of sales course. Maybe show up to our Friday class, and maybe we can get your conversion rate better and stronger. With a lead measure of losing weight, and we're going to be talking a lot about weight loss with New Year's resolutions coming up. We know that only 9 to 12% of people keep their New Year's resolution. People are going to want to get healthy. You're going to need to talk to them about the lead measures, the diet, the activity and movement, and the supplementation. And you're going to need to work towards getting them into a system that they can follow with you. You can't just say, I'd love to be your partner on losing weight. Because what does that mean? Where are they going to do it? Where are they going to drop off all that weight? You're going to need to coach them through, listen, I got this great program. In fact, I could do it with you. There's 3 pillars of it. It's going to be movement, supplementation. We're also going to have mental health in it and goal setting. but I'd love to be a part of this with you. Change your diet, change your movement, and start supplementing at a high level, and let's see where you go. Want to take that journey with me? Most people would love to have that journey and be led through the process. I want you to start thinking about the key for making money. And believe me, Drew and I have had a couple of conversations about this, and we've had some really great conversations with people that he's even if they're in his world, we're reigniting them and getting them more engaged in his world, or we're bringing in new people. And the one thing that we're looking to do, hey, we're going to find people that want to be retail customers. We're going to find people that might want to be team members and just order the product. But most importantly, Crystal, we're going to find people that are even going to be more active recruiting than Drew is. We're going to find people that want to get after the business in a much bigger way than, Drew's got his businesses and he's working on, doing some charity work with his church. Hey, wouldn't it be great if he had 3 captains that were out really hustling the business for him, and they were driving a lot of the work and coming on these meetings and doing that? Wouldn't that be a great goal to have? Instead of just, I want to generate more income from XND, what if I generated more leverage for XND? Nate, does any of this making sense or driving home for you? Yes. All right. Perfect. That's all we needed was a thumbs up. So for acting on our lead measures, the first thing we have to define is, what do we want from our lead measures? Okay. Are we just going to make more calls? Are we just going to email more people? Are we going to get on Instagram and Facebook and connect with more people? Yes, but let's define it a little bit more. So Crystal, if I'm going to define what my lead measures are, there's a couple of things that I want us to go over. I want you to think about this. Leverage is the key to this business. You can't do it alone. You're not gonna make the money and the income that you want. You're not going to be able to nurture everyone. You're going to need to find people that are going to help you, and you're going to need to leverage XND corporate, and you're going to need to have leverage built in. Write this down, that effort is not enough. I love when people just say, well, I'm just going to have to work twice as hard. That's not sustainable. What happens if that doesn't work? Now are you going to work 10 times harder? Are you not going to sleep? Now what are you going to do? That effort is not enough. Write this down. The key is to find better people. David, if you start building out your YouTube channel and you start attracting people to that, and then you find people that are interested in a side hustle, and believe me, 50 plus guys, I'm really focusing in on retirement people. There's people that retire. They might not even need the money. They just need something to do. They need something to keep them going. I know a lot of people that retired. I had a neighbor, he retired. He was really successful in construction. He retired at like age 42. And like one day he's like, dude, I got to get back to work. I'm going to go back to work. I'm just not good on my own. Like, I don't know what to do with myself. I need to have something that is like keeping me grounded. So I'm going to work like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And he went back as an employee of the company that he sold, as a higher level employee, but just to keep going, because he's like, dude, I was going crazy. Like, you could only wash your car and wax it so many times, and run the dogs and all that. And he did trips and things like that, but he just said, I'm going back to work. Guys, those are the people that we really want to be looking for. I want you to think about this. I want you to ask yourself a question under effort is not enough. We need to find better people. I want you to ask yourself, if I imagined what I have not done or thought of, have I imagined a population of people that I have never would have thought? Nate got me on a call a while back. Nate, I don't know if you remember this call like a week or two ago. You're like, I found this girl that makes cookies. This is going to be great. And I'm like, cookies? Where are you going with this? And he's like, oh, well, they use this protein in their cookies. And I'm like, oh my God, that is unfreaking believable. Then that changes my mindset. I told you guys, go ahead, Nate.
No, I was going to say, yeah, she sold them this weekend and went really, really well. And we're going to have a conversation this week. So they were a hit.
It is so awesome. I started jotting down some notes over the weekend, and I was thinking about, what are the people that we have not connected with? In real estate, they tap into the expat community for lead generation. The expats, the people that are living international, living down in Mexico or South America, and the people that are retired, living in Canada, or just people that are retired, just looking for side hustles. And these are people that will go out and do a lot of lead generation for realtors, and they get paid for it to get referrals. And like they'll put in like 3-4 hours a day, and hey, they get a couple of referrals that are organized through real estate. That could be like 5-6 grand doing that. And they like doing it. And you know what? Hey, this is just a little extra money. I have a boat, and it takes a little bit of service, or the slip costs money down in Mexico. Yeah, I'm just going to work enough just to cover all those expenses. Retired people are that one population. We talked a while ago about small coffee shops and about people that have their own independent business. The conversation I had with the guy that runs the string, he restrings rackets and sells stuff at the tennis club. That's his own business. He's renting that space to be there. He's looking for opportunity. He's looking for ways to make more money from either selling, a hydro and focus with QR codes just by Venmo, signing people up and actually displaying the product and having a QR code so they can order the product with no inventory. When you start throwing ideas out there to people that are looking for a side hustle, it's amazing. You got people that have retail space, and the retail space is only open from 8 to 6 or 7 at night. And what if you show them an opportunity that they can make money while they're sleeping, when people are on there shopping on their app and buying product when the doors are closed? That's one of the big things. I was listening to a business podcast. He says that's the one thing a lot of young businesses don't think about, is that they're renting a space that's only open 40% of the time. Think about that. I was talking to a former NFL football player, and we were talking about like the Chargers and stadiums and things like that. And he said something that was amazing to me. It's like, hey, there's only a couple of owners that are really billionaire owners that are killing it. They own their stadiums, but think about this. Imagine building a $3 billion stadium, which is SoFi Stadium, is $3 billion. And they have 2 teams, but if you only have one football team, hey, you've got 8 events a year for the football team. You got to get a little creative. What are you going to do with the rest of those dates? You got to start having concerts. You got to start having conventions. You got to start filling that space up. We got to have the mindset of, how do we help businesses make more money on the hours that they're closed? That could be a great line. Crystal, own that one. Hey, look at, and you got that QR code. Once they start ordering on your link, they might be dropping. I was on a call with Nate once, and Nate, we couldn't even figure out who was ordering from you one day. You're like, I just got an order. I don't even know who this guy is. That's the way we need to be thinking about our business. So the other thing that we want to be thinking about is the super tip for us is going to be, if we don't find people that can do the business better than us, we will get burned out on this business. If Nate, if you just think that you're going to go out every single day, you're a firefighter, you're doing this in between. If you can't find some leaders and then we can empower those people, and I want to help you empower those people. We had a call with Drew, with somebody that's been in his downline and is just kind of tapping into their big why. And Drew, I think we got a little closer to that big why. And it was around police officers, and Drew didn't know that my son's a police officer. And then we started talking about that population and helping to drill her in to her big why. And I left that call empowered. And if we could get her moving forward and focusing in on that population of people, then we start marketing to them, Drew could have a really successful downline under her. And he's got another guy that's just got an incredible cause. And we need to keep on empowering him to stay focused on that. The thing that was that I can relate to, and I took some notes on this, that one of my favorite movies is Moneyball with Brad Pitt. And while they did a little bit of Hollywoodization to that story, the story was pretty much dead on what they did. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. And to do things you've never done before, you literally have to think like you've never thought before. And the Oakland Athletics, who had an incredible poor run, when they started looking at the analytics of the game, when they started to focus on how do you win baseball games? Forget about signing a $80 million contract, a $200 million contract. Look at the Aaron Judd, like $400 million contract. What wins games? And they're like, hey, it's pretty basic. Runs wins games. Well, how do you get runs? On base percentage. So let's just look at on base percentage. And that's all they started looking at when they were looking at different recruits. It's just their on base percentage. They didn't care how they got on base. It could be a walk. It could be that they were super fast. It could be that they were just real scrappy and really great at hitting singles. But as getting on base, they got away from the home run and the big flashy thing. And they wanted people that would just get on base so then they could start moving them around the bases. That's the way that we should run our business. Don't think about the home run. Don't think about that one incredible, person or gym that you're working to get on. You still go after them, but don't bank on those. Bank on just getting a lot of people that are going to be engaged in the game, that you start moving around the bases and you start generating more income. On base percentage is an indicator. What are the indicators that we listen for? And I've talked to Crystal about this. And I was talking to, I might have been talking to you, Nate, about it, but how do we listen for people that are going to be really engaged in the business? One, it's always helpful if they're in our world. Navarro, the guy that is going to be a great Air Force guy, wants to build out a big line. Hey, but he loves to supplement. Got 30 pounds put on, 30 pounds of muscle and weight that he put on in a couple of years by supplementation, movement, and activity. That's a great indicator there. Somebody that's had a great story of weight loss or has made some form of achievement, and hey, if they've used our product, unbelievable. That would be fantastic. Somebody that asks questions to us about how to grow a bigger business. Somebody that might say something like, hey, if I join this, how can I get really successful? Hey, I do want to make some money on this. I do want to cover my products. What's the quickest way for me to start making money? And what I tell everybody, Drew, go out and find 3 people that want to do it with you, that are committed to building a business with you. Well, how do I do that? We start getting into conversations. We start having great conversations. The people are out there right now, and this is the actual time to be setting New Year's resolutions and to be getting people thinking about health and wellness. So I'm going to go around. Let's just qualify some lead measures really quick. And remember, a lead measure isn't just, I'm going to have more conversations. What are we going to get out of it? What do we want out of the conversations? Is it 3 captains that you want to get under you? And if you get 3 captains, you're going to be moving. You're going to start moving pretty quickly. And if you keep on empowering them and keep on working with them, Crystal, I hope you picked up on that call that we were on with those realtors when the one lady said, I took my foot off the gas and I stopped nurturing all of my contacts and referrals. And then I got back in doing that, and I got back in contact with them, and things started to turn around. Guys, there's so many people we have conversations with about this program. And David, I really want to get some time with you this week. You and I need to focus on finding some people under you that we know we could really work with, that I could work with to help build up income for you. And then to help to put even more fuel into your YouTube channel. You don't have to go alone. You don't have to do it alone. We got to find the people that are going to be the workhorses behind you. That's why we have to build. We can't be waking up in the morning just thinking we're going to look for retail customers. They're great to have coming along, but we have got to build, Derek. Got to find them now. And the people, why are we all on this call? Because we love this health and space. And we love the reviews that our product gets. And Daniel, we should shoot out that list of reviews that RG sent over to us, so all these guys could post that in social media. If you could do that, Daniel. We got an email of unbelievable of just recent, over the last couple of weeks, reviews that we're getting. Crystal, what are some lead activities that you're going to be specific on that you're looking for? And by the way, Crystal shot a picture this weekend of her at the beach signing people up for XND 63 at the beach with a clipboard, signing people up for XND 63. Did everyone hear exactly what I said? That is the most amazing thing in the world. And she did it. She's doing it. Crystal, tell us.
Yeah, I just wake up every day and I'm like, what can I do to move the needle forward? So when I know when I go, I was planning on going to the beach to work anyway. And I know whenever I go to the beach, someone comments about my healthy snacks or on my arms and shoulders. Like, I mean, just someone always comments, you know, I'm just approachable. People talk to me. So I got my clipboard there. So I also found a new tool to help with keeping track of leads. And I did a tutorial on it last night. It's phenomenal. It's called Airtable. I don't know if y'all have heard of it. It's similar to, it's like Excel and Trello had a baby.
Nice.
It's like, it's awesome. It's awesome. So I've got it like organizing my social media content, but it's also great for lead generation. And you can do like different bases for different sales funnels. And it's free.
And listen, if you guys are interested, so Crystal raised her hand and started getting more engaged with me on like what she wants to do with building out. She wants to build quickly. She wants to start bringing income. So I took her to a call last week with some Keller Williams people. And you know what she did when she got on that? She started communicating with people. She contributed. She started getting herself out there. We started sharing links. I was sharing links in the Zoom call of hers and connecting. Today, she was on another call, meeting influential people. She spoke up. I'll introduce you to that Kimberly one-on-one, Crystal. These are unbelievable coaches and they'll get you into their networks. I think that the new thing, and we'll talk about it later, Crystal, the new thing for you, I'm going to get you into all those people that you have a coaching company, you've got a story, and now we're going to get you on all those communities and you're going to start talking about your journey. And I want you to record more videos and we can help you do that and blast into that Keller Williams world. When you're around those like-minded people, you're just going to attract them to you, and we'll get you into more and more and more groups. So you're working that pipeline.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then you're going to be going to Keller Williams offices, and we'll get you the list of offices, or you just go online. You just go on the World Wide Web and say, hey, listen, I have an incredible program that's great with realtors. I'm on Keller Williams calls. You could drop names, you could do whatever you want and say, hey, I'd love to come in and talk to you about health and wellness on your next meeting. And also on, as Gary Keller says, building an extra line of income. And
That'd
you
be
will
amazing.
And you will get people that will say, please come on in and open up, and you've got our database. Nate, what do you got on the docket for lead activities?
Yeah, I got a whole list of folks that I've made contacts with that I'm following up with this week. One, my surgeon for my shoulder. We're gonna have a conversation today, actually, the cookie girl. And then actually I'm going to be visiting a gym, a local kind of boutique gym here in the Chandler area, and talk to them about, you know, becoming an affiliate with us. So for me, it's just continuing to make sure I'm following up and having real conversations with people that I've already talked to, and kind of closing that out, not leaving any loose ends. That's kind of what is on my docket for this week, and to throw some content up on my YouTube channel.
That is awesome. You know, one thing I want us to remember, and just going back to that conversation of when luck becomes your go-to thought process, your goal is your focus, not your lead activities. In the book, they talked about standardized testing for kids. And I want you to think about this and how this, my wife's a teacher. I taught school years and years ago, and how education screwed this up big time. Education was worried about getting test scores up. The goal was to get test scores up. And that's what then they put as a target. And everybody judged them on the test scores and what those test scores were. Well, if you guys know, moving test scores on a population of all of the kids in the different age brackets of the grades, that's a very slow, methodical process to be done correctly. You don't just go and raise test scores immediately. They never talked about the lead activities. They only talked about the end goal number. If they would have focused more on how there is progress slowly being made, and there's growth is first downs, not touchdowns, they wouldn't have had such a negative impact on it. And then they ended up changing the program. Oh, we got to try something else. People pay attention to the end goal way too much. We got to pay attention to those lead activities. So I want you to write down 3 quick things to for your to your lead measures. We're going to move lead measures by doing the following 3 things. Improve your knowledge. Improve your knowledge of, and you're going to have videos. Sandy and I are going to be recording more product videos to share. Go into your back office. And when you go into the back office on shareable content, you're going to see videos on the products. If you want to get tuned up real quick on any of them, Mike's got incredible videos of him talking about the product. Improve your knowledge, and improve your knowledge of what your goal is, what you really want out of this business. And if you work on 3 captains at a time, and another 3, and another 3, and another 3, that's a great way to put a lead measure. Hey, I want 3 captains a month. 3 potential captains a month. I want 3 great people coming in that are committed to making a difference in this business. Number 2, improve your skill set. How did the greatest shoe salesperson in Nordstrom's win and create so much business and sign up more people to the Nordstrom's credit card? When somebody would ask for 1 pair of shoes, she'd bring out 6. She got totally involved in their life and talked to them about every single thing that was going on in their world. And then when they checked out, she'd say, hey, and the great news is with your Nordstrom's card, you're going to save 15% off this order. So this order just went from $300 down to whatever that 15% off is, because I'm not a math whiz. And number 3, this is the big one, Nate. Are you ready for the big bomb? Number 3, hold yourself to a higher standard. Hold yourself to a higher standard. Crystal Catalina, I don't want you to think that I'm saying you got to hold yourself to, oh, I'm going to turn myself into Tony Robbins. Hold yourself to a higher standard of your conversations. Hold yourself to a higher standard of contribution. Hold yourself to a much higher standing of gratefulness. Hey, it is so great, Nate, to be around people like you that are like-minded. I'm here just to uncover, what is it that you really want? When you talk about better health for firefighters, how can I help you do that? Well, what do you mean, how can you help me? Hey, I love this cause. How can we get together and do this together? How do I take my database and bring it into your database, and I find people for you to grow that business? Because when you grow that business, my business is going to grow. How do you work your downline today, people that are under you, and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we should have a strategy session. What do we think we can do that would blow this business up? I'm telling you guys, I tell you all the time with like Steve Major, and I'm looking for anyone to raise their hand and give me another cause. Drew and I are going to work on 2 causes, on 2 incredible causes that I can't wait to get involved in. And we're going to help his people blow these causes up. And when that cause blows up, they're going to be thriving and Drew's going to be thriving. When we were down in Mexico, Dr. Major came down and said, I got this idea to build out the weight loss program and the physical, the athletic performance program, that I could do it through Zoom and I could do it in person. I could do it multiple ways. But here's the deal. I'm not just going to build these programs. I'm going to bundle those programs and I'm going to sell them to chiropractors and have chiropractors enroll people for me, and they could even coach them, and I'm going to sign them up in Xendurance under me. And now I'm going to have people that are out. I'm giving them a plan. I'm giving them a North Star to go after. And then I'm going to build out all of the materials. So all they have to do is hey, here's the major metabolic method of losing weight. Now they're going to have to go out and find their chiropractors that they're going to sell the program to. And every time that you enroll somebody in the program, they get on a pack. Now we're starting to see some multipliers getting involved in this. Who can you find that is baking cookies, that is ready to blow up, that is in the pickleball world, that is ready to, go out and lead generate for you? Who can you find that is a multiplier under you? Drew, it's one of the biggest, most common things in businesses. Really successful CEOs, they don't do all the work. What do they do really, really well? They attract and hire talented people that are even more talented than themselves. When you look at really good CEOs, they're not the ones that are doing all the work. They go out and they find the people that really want to get behind, and it might be in one department. It might just be one skill set that they have that this person doesn't do as well, and then they own that. Find the people that you are going to have under you that do the job better than you, and find the people that are in the population. You know, Nate doesn't know. What if the cookie company, we don't know. What if the cookie company starts building an incredible online business? And like, hey, you know what? We're going to need a larger manufacturing facility. We can't even keep up with the business. We're going to have to double our order. Then we're going to have to triple our order. And hey, can you just bring it to us in barrels? Is there a way for us just to do that? Because we're moving places. You never know. Crystal, you never know. Somebody that you might be walking, that you might be getting into a conversation with might become your biggest ally at the beach. When I met the marketing guys, these marketing guys, we're going to test them out. And if they don't go through, if it doesn't come through as a big benefit, no matter what, I know it's going to drive retail dollars. I know it's going to empower people's database, and it's going to even make it easier for us to recruit people to be on our team. When I met them, I was watching the Padre game, Drew and Crystal, before we had that hibachi dinner. Yeah, and we were talking. They're like, nope, we would never work with a direct selling company. That's not our jam. I was like, well, I'd think about it, you know, even because you're doing real estate and you're doing lenders, and think about this. And I kind of told them about our program. The next morning I woke up and my text messages go, poop, 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 poop. Where are you? We got to get together. We want to talk to you. We think this is a great idea. I think we could build this thing out. You never know what conversation is going to change your world. All right, guys, we went a little long. I got a call coming up. Nate, keep rocking it. Keep Arizona safe. Derek, we got to get go one-on-one with you soon. I got to do that. Mike, I know you're probably dropping the kids off or running around. Drew, keep them coming, and let's stay connected with your two. I would love to meet with that gal again, and let's start getting things rolling. Crystal, I get to have another meeting with you. We got a lot to cover and a lot of ideas. So, guys, let's get fired up. I mean, this is the end of the year, and this is when the great work happens. Everyone, Crystal, what'd she say? And I think this is so true. Christmas, people don't treat it like it's Christmas Eve and Christmas. Most people treat it like the entire month is off. You know, they're just putting the little antlers on their car, and they're just, you know, running around in their sweaters and everything, and they're kind of working. Let's go out and find some people that really want to get engaged in our world. This is the perfect time. Things are expensive. Inflation is up. Create conversations around the need that we can fill for people. And the way you find out the need is you ask great questions. And Crystal, by the way, I think I have the same blue lights in my backyard, if those are outdoor lights. I don't know.
Yeah, they are.
All right, guys, I will talk to you in a little bit, and just reach out to me if you need anything. Let's go get it, guys.